Hi,
All
Dan.
right. Hey, Sourav, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. All right, everybody. So let's continue. So welcome back. This is the Breaker track, showcasing the latest advancements in OWASP project. And I'm Dan Gore. I'm going to be moderating this last OWASP showcase for you today. Now, I'm thrilled to welcome you, Sourav Badami, who is going to give you an update of the OWASP bug logging tool project. Just keep in mind, if you have any question, please submit them in the Q&A tab just on the right-hand side of this video. We'll leave about 10 minutes more or less on the end just to cover any questions you have. Just keep in mind that the chat is disabled, so please leave your comments in the Wova chat provided. Now, let me welcome you, Sourav. Sourav is a software engineer currently working with Gojek, an Indonesian on-demand multi-service platform and digital payment technology group. Within OWASP, actually, Sourav is one of the core project leaders and the authors of the OWASP bug logging tool, a really interesting, exciting project for bug tracking. Sourav also has experience in the fintech, aerospace, blockchain, and ride-hailing industry, so quite a lot of experience in different industries. And he's very passionate about engineering and continuously learning and sharing his knowledge. Now, Sourav, are you ready to present?
Hey, yes, Dan.
Awesome. We're looking forward.
Thank you. Hi, sure. Hi, everyone. This is Sourav. I work at Gojek as a software engineer, as Dan mentioned. Uh, I'll talk a bit about myself before diving into the presentation for bug logging tool and what are the recent updates which we made uh, in the last cycle. Sure. So yeah, I'm working with the marketplace segment of marketplace segment of Gojek. Gojek is, as Dan mentioned, on-demand ride-hailing platform and technology group based out of Indonesia, uh, which is responsible for helping consumers get their food delivered, get a ride, book a taxi, etc., etc. Marketplace is responsible for providing adequate supply for all the demand Gojek generates across all the product groups, managing supply, managing pricing, managing the allocation engine, driver incentives, etc., etc. So we get a decent enough throughput there. We have around 3 million driver partners sending out their pings every 10 seconds. And we do over 2 million orders every month, every day. All right, let's start with the today's presentation. Uh, I'll be talking about bug logging tool. A bug logging tool, it was co-created along with Sean. He is not here today with us. Yeah, what BLT is, I'll tell you about a brief about what BLT does, and then we can dive deeper into what are the features which we provide and how we're planning to how is it different from existing private bug bounty partners like Bugcrowd and HackerOne. So a bug logging tool is a tool which allows anyone to report an issue from any web app, any website, any application which you have. We are available on multiple platforms. We are available on web. We are available on mobile, Chrome extension, etc. Sure. So what's the problem with big companies? So I'll take an angle here where there are partners where bug bounty is actually executed as of today, but why do we exist? I'll take a stab at that. So big companies run bug bounty programs on various severity levels, but those are mostly exclusive to sensitive information, and they don't generally care about all sort of bug bounties and all sort of bugs which exists as of today, and that gets unnoticed. They might be fixed by these big players, but it's the individuals who come up with these issues or bugs, or maybe we can call it a vulnerability. they get unnoticed. And most of the time, they take advantage of them. If the product is free, as it's written, you are the product, right? So how does bug logging tool fix the issue? So we crowdsource issues across various platforms. We Users come to a platform, report a bug. They can cross-link via other platforms, report the bugs. People rate on them. Organizations are welcome to come approve the product, approve the bug which came up, uh, award bug bounties as we usually do on all these platforms which we already have right now. So if a lot of people are reporting bugs, it's very hard to be ignored, and that gives them visibility. Uh, why do we have BLT, and why do we what are the features and what kind of bugs can be reported? Let's talk about that. So we currently support several types of issues found across the web. Now I'll dive into that, but there are a couple of segments where a lot of bugs are reported. We have CSRFs, we have SQL injections, we have optimization related issues, we have responsiveness, basic typos, and everything around that. Now, if you look at uh, the platforms which exists as of today, if they just taken very serious issues, and they don't have options to uh, get these kind of issues reported. So it's my in my personal experience, I have been active on HackerOne, and I've tried reporting several issues. I've talked to a lot of people around this, and such issues are usually denied, and they don't get usually approved, and it's just a thank you note post submission of such issues. So these are the sort of uh, bug categories which we accept on bug logging tool as of now. We accept number errors for status errors, page unavailability. We accept 5xx for internal server errors and service unavailable. Uh, something if something is categorized as 4xx, 5xx, or anything severe, that gets captured as part of number error. We have security. We accept security related issues as well. So if there's a data leak, if you found something on the console, which was not taken care of by devs, and if you found something on the console, that can be reported. And anything around security and such sensitive information can be part of security. Something similar is functional. Functional is like if you went to let's say an e-commerce, and you're not able to figure out the reviews, or the review section is broken. So that can be part of functional bug. There can be basic typo related issues as well. So if you see any typo, so if you look at any, so let's talk about Wikipedia here. So if you find a typo there, you can easily go and you can edit, and that gets changed. But let's say there's a commercial platform where you find something similar, you'll have to go through a contact channel, talk to their team. Maybe they'll fix it, maybe they'll not. Nobody cares. Then we have performance related problems like high latencies, uh, asset not available, things around that. So all these segments are covered under performance. And again, we have design. So these responsiveness issues, buttons not available at the right place, the layout is not proper across devices, can be part of the design. So let's talk about each of them in detail. All right. So the status errors is known as a number error on our platform. So let's say you visited a platform or a website, and you got a 500 error. That usually happens. That doesn't usually happen, but let's say if you find a 500 or a 404 via SEO backlink from Google. So when you land on such a page, you'll be shown a 404, or you'll be seeing a 500 general error, maybe by the load balances. Nginx will give you a 500 error, and that's it. Now, if you want to report such an issue, right now, if you can go to HackerOne, you can go to BugCrowd, you can report such an issue. Okay, that's it. They'll resolve it, or maybe they'll resolve it on their own. But yeah, it gets unnoticed. Now, these error codes corresponds to a lot of other issues as well. You can find the HTTP response codes for several such issues. Now, these are sent out by the web servers based on the situation, and that can be captured on BLT via the reporting feature or via the extension which we have. Now, for security, let's say you come across a SQL injection somewhere, or you can do an XSS somewhere, and you figure out that this XSS works on this place. Now, if it's a very major issue, that can be prioritized as a P0, P1, and that really impacts user. But yeah, so that really impacts the user. But let's say that there are other security issues as well, which we have noticed coming on the consoles. Sometimes some sensitive information is broken out due to not proper validation and security measures taken on the API, and you get to see other users' information. Now, that can be captured as part of the security category within issue reporting. And as soon as such a issue is reported, the corresponding company or the website is emailed right away, and then you can track the progress based on the email. You'll be CC'd along with that. Now, for all these categories, we do have smart uh, smart way to figure out who is the proper authority. We have crowdsourced that information as well to figure out which is the proper email channel, and BLT also takes care of following up on those to get to a resolution, or at least get some value proposition out, either yes or no for the users. Now let's talk about the functional issues which happen. So functional issue is something as I discussed about, let's say an e-commerce platform where you went to the e-commerce platform, you want to buy a product, or let's say you want to wish list the product and you want to buy it later. But when you try to wish list the product, either the website responds with a success, or it doesn't respond at all. And when you go to the wish list section, the product does not exist, and you get a bad experience. So functional category covers this component where you can report all the issues related to the functionality of a page as from the user's perspective, obviously. And this, yes. Yeah, typos, general typo insanity issues which come across different products. It's a very small issue, but again, it gets unnoticed, and you can use the platform to report typo related issues, and we email the appropriate channel right away, and uh, that helps the users to get some visibility. Uh, they might get, so all these categories have points defined to them. So based on the type of issues the user is reporting, there is a point, and it starts off with 1 and it goes up to 3 and 4. And as you accumulate the point, that points can be converted back to bounty cash and can be redeemed. Yeah, now let's talk about performance issues which users can report. So latencies are really a big problem for a very high throughput distributed system. So say if you visit social network and you're trying to picture in a full res, and due to very high load, the web server is not able to respond back appropriately, or uh, so there is some inefficient code, or there might be a lot of situations where the latencies are quite high. So if the latencies goes up to 1-2 seconds for a generic flow, and that's the case where performance gets impacted for any service. So the users can capture that information and bring it back to BLT, and the platform uh, takes care of the rest and reports the organization. Yeah, let's talk about design and user experience, the aspect of reporting the bug. Now, this is a category where Uh, I think that I've never seen a bug bounty or any bounty given for a responsiveness or design side of things. But on our platform, we have been awarding people and running a lot of bounties around this as well. So there are a lot of researchers and a lot of hunters, just scratch around the web and figure out some of the responsiveness breaking. The let's say there's a search box and that's breaking on an iPad, works fine on the web. Buttons not in the right place. So all these design and user experience uh, issues and bugs can also be reported directly from the source through the extension with a screenshot, and that gets straight away to our platform, and users can upvote, and that gets reported to the source organization. Right. So apart from all these, we have a leaderboard in place. So leaderboard has been there for a while now. Leaderboard refreshes monthly. So we have a monthly leaderboard where the top reporters will have a leaderboard maintained, and they'll be ranked appropriately. And then organizations can come and sponsor a researcher based on their performance. It's something similar to what GitHub does for a project. Then sponsors, the organization can sponsor the users, and these users can be given additional points based on the sponsorship and the price which has been associated, and that can again be redeemed in terms of cash out of this leaderboard. In terms of activity, we can see the latest activity, but yeah, all the activities can be visible on the page, and then you can scroll through it, search for it. If you want to if you want to report an issue, you can just go through the activity before reporting a bug, so that there is no duplicates. And so if there are if there are duplicates, there's a chance that the latter one might get rejected. So it's better to go through the activity, and that's where this activity segment helps us a lot. Searches across this activity to so if a user wants to search something, they can go through the activity and figure out uh, all the issues which might be related to this. All right. Let's talk about subscription. So we have this subscription segment for a very long time now. We are live for a very long time, and subscription was there. Subscription helps us, to get. So Buggeist is a platform which runs on top of BLT's code base, and it's a commercial project on top of BLT. And subscription helps us run all the backend and infra side of things. So right now, these are the three subscriptions which we support, and these subscriptions don't create bug bounties on a priority level. They just let's create a they just lets the organization uh, run a bounty, and those bounties would be generic enough, and anything which comes to the platform should be ranked by the organizations, and organizations take a stab on whether or not to provide bounties for those hunters. And it's pretty generic at the moment, but I'll be talking about subscription more. I'll be talking more about subscription in detail, which also covers private hunting, not disclosing the issues and all the vulnerabilities to public uh, straight away, and organizations can choose to close them on their side, apply a fix before releasing it to public. But at the moment, all the issues are reported publicly, and there is no masking of security vulnerabilities are hidden for sure, but others are there is no masking as such, so it's straight away available to public. Okay, let's talk about contests and or we can call it bug hunts. So customers can start a bug bounty hunting program through the platform, and the subscription feature allows an organization or a partner to start a bug bounty or a hunting program. they need to provide the a bounty name, some information about the bounty around which segment it covers, and then they can choose a price which can be distributed across all the researchers based on what they found. As I mentioned, we're working on a detailed bounty program management system to run all the kind of bounties with severity levels and a bounty level dashboard. So the organizations would be able to look at them, prioritize them, directly create awards, split the awards based on priority and everything around that. So right now we have supported platforms as web. So we have a Django based service with vanilla and vanilla JS and pure HTML. Uh, all the code bases are available on GitHub. We mostly work in a distributed way. We leverage Google Summer of Code a lot for all these development activities. And I'll come to that next when we will talk about the payment integration we did with Stripe for the payouts and and how we are going to introduce bug or proof of stake coin for processing the payouts for all these bounties. But before that, let's talk about the Chrome extension. So the Chrome extension is an extension which lets you record a bug from any platform. So you can go to, so you can install the Chrome plugin from the Chrome store. And then if you can browse around any website, this is not available for mobile devices for obvious reasons. So a user can browse around any website and uh, yeah, the user can browse around any website. And if the user finds any sort of bug in terms of whatever categories we discussed so far, or maybe they find some issue with the network calls, giving away additional information which is sensitive and not bound to be returned, logging, etc. All of these aspects can be captured from the Chrome extension itself. And that Chrome extension also captures some additional resources, applies some smart functionality in the backend, extracts out information as well to create the appropriate description, and then posts all of these informations to the BLT platform. So this Chrome extension, apart from this, there are other roadmaps planned for improving the Chrome extension in future, which will help us identifying trackers, etc., on top of all the other platforms which we visit, so that we are aware of the security and all the nuances which happens across across the tracking and cross tracking feature amongst the websites which we see as of today. We also support mobile apps. So we started off with a Fuse based product 2 years ago. It's a Fuse based application which we built in Google Summer of Code 2020. This application helps us perform similar activities and interact with the same backend APIs which we have today. So it helps us track bugs, issues. You can directly report it from anywhere on your mobile. You can do any interactive thing which you might do on the website. You can share, report issues. You can upvote. You can create a new bug bounty. You can do payouts, etc., directly from the mobile apps itself. Since last year, we have moved to Flutter-based application because Fuse was not very much extensible for us in terms of adding a couple of features using camera. So we wanted to switch to Flutter if you want to capture some other additional information, and Flutter worked quite well for us. Flutter app can be downloaded from Play Store and can be used for reporting bugs and other kind of vulnerabilities we find. Let's talk about integrations which we did in terms of the payment and how we leveraged Stripe to manage payments and how from the organizations and how we do payouts to our users. Okay, so for payment integration, it's the flow is quite simple. The customers or organizations who have partnered with us can come and create bug bounty programs on the web portal, and the customers can add a price to the bounty program. They can, after adding the amount, they can do the transaction via Stripe, and that gets to our Stripe wallet and doesn't get disbursed anywhere. It stays on a hold on Stripe until unless we do our monthly payouts. We have integrated with Stripe as a payment provider for all the features which Stripe had to provide in terms of transaction and exchange fees based on localities. We maintain a wallet, so we create a wallet as per customer, and we store the payment details for the customer. We accept the by customer here, I mean a user on the BLT platform or a researcher on the BLT platform who wants to come in and report an issue. So we maintain a similar, very simple data model for wallet and transaction. We for each user, we manage Stripe wallet, authorize the user to figure out the authenticity of the customer, and based on the redemption, based on the redemption pattern selected by the customer, we do the payout. We actually don't do the payout as of now. This will be rolled out in a month. We are testing out all the flows to figure out if it's safe for us to roll out. And once a customer creates a wallet on the platform, approves that they want the payments to be scheduled on this day, and how much amount they want to withdraw, there's a simple background cron which triggers the payment, and Stripe processes the payment to the customers directly in their wallet. So we don't hold any payment on our end as such. It's sort of an escrow where organizations decides this must be the amount. The amount gets transferred to the users in terms of the points they have collected, and that's where the payment processing happens. So let's talk about how Stripe integration was. How we did the Stripe integration. It's a very seamless integration which we did during the GSOC session last year. This was done by one of our students in GSOC, and it's a very simple integration. It has two keys, publishable keys, and then you have normal tokens. For security, we keep all of them in our enums and use them on the fly for processing. I can share the link to the blog post around the detailed integrations if someone is interested on how we manage Stripe and we do escrows as payment. Yeah, that's mostly about the Stripe integration which we have. Right, let's move to the Stripe usages. Stripe usage is very easy and simple. We just accept customer payment and then send price to bounty winners in terms of cash. And that's all we do with Stripe. We don't do any additional items in terms of the proof of stake bug token which we're introducing. So Stripe is just simply for a normal currency which we have today. So we take USD, we transfer to other, let's say if you want to transfer funds to an Indian account, we use INR to do that transaction. So yeah, that's mostly around what we have as of today in bug logging tool. Most of the features are already live. For payments will be out in a month once we have a proper QA done around that, and that will be available for people to use and withdraw all the coins they have, or withdraw all the prize or coin they have collected on the platform as of now, and then use Stripe to take that cash out for all their hard work. In terms of roadmap for this H2 2022, we are working on the white paper for a bug, proof of stake coin for bounty rewards. It's still in a very early phase where we want to create a new coin bug which can be used on the platform as a stake. This will be mostly done on top of Solidity, and the smart contracts would be designed on top of POS. So it's still work in progress, and we'll be sharing out the white paper soon on the BLT channel. So please, if you're interested, uh, keep an eye on the channel so that all the information, and if you have any comments around that, would be great to learn and improve on that. So it would mostly be on top of Ethereum Smart Chain or Binance Smart Chain, but we are open to suggestions. Uh, so please do chime in once we release the draft. We are also working on the UX improvements as part of this year's GSOC. UX improvements would be mostly in terms of the front-facing portal. There are a lot of design improvements and designs which are already in place. So we just need execution, and that would make the platform a bit smooth. We have seen quite a hiccups in last few months, and users have been reporting that. So we wanted to prioritize this as well. So UX improvements would be done in roadmap for H2 2022. So we are also working on private issue reporting, which is one of the features organizations want us to do because nobody wants to push out sensitive information directly to people. So they want us to provide a private issue reporting feature on the organization dashboard where they can manage and decide when not to release the information directly on the forefront of the product. So we are working on the private issue reporting part as well. Some pieces of work are already done. Some will be covered in next couple of months. We need to roll out payments as well. As I mentioned, Stripe payments integration is already in place. Payments will be a very we have been getting a lot of queries from users around payments and how when will they be able to redeem whatever they have accumulated so far, and I hope this helps them. The next is real-time assessment of all the reports around a web app. So this is the segment which I was talking about on top of the Chrome extension. So this includes tracking information and all the aspects of around who is tracking, if the current website is tracking you or not, if it's safe to be on this place, what are the cookies they are looking for. All kind of analytics and information would be part of this Chrome extension update which we'll be pushing. So once you click on the Chrome extension, apart from ability to submit a bug, you'll be able to assess uh, real time that what the current website which you are on captures with you. What are the issues reported on them so far? Were they resolved or not? And everything around the product which you are currently on. So this gives a lot of visibility to our users. This is mostly around, this is user centric. This is not around organizations. So users would be able to have a bird's eye view around is it really safe to be here, what precautions they can take, and suggestions around that. So that's what we have for our roadmap H2 2022. Cool. Sure. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. We are available on OWASP Slack under the BLT Project BLT channel. You can reach out to me directly via email on sourav.badami@owasp.org. Would be happy to hear your thoughts. You can also figure out the projects and all the references. We are available. The code is open source on OWASP/BLT. This is for our backend and user interfaces for web. For anything around the mobile side of things, the Chrome extension, which I talked about, can be figured out on Bugheist, GitHub/Bugheist. So you can hop in there. There are a lot of open issues which needs to be addressed. So if you're interested, you can hop in there. You can raise a PR. We'd be happy to look at it. Yeah, that's all I had for today.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sourav. So there's a couple of questions from the audience. Just like to cover briefly. So first of all, there's a question by Mohit, and he's asking whether BLT includes only web or mobile application, or can it be actually used in reference to any product? He would be curious how it will work with CVE or any numbering authority as per the respective country.
As of now, we this is cross country, so we accept mostly via mobile and web application. Would be great to hear, connect with Mohit and understand his thought around how we can leverage this for CV. So yeah, please, Mohit, feel free to reach out to me. We can discuss in detail around how and what we can do to
Mhm.
improvise and get this feature.
Awesome. And there's a question from my end, just as out of curiosity, what plans do you have for future releases of the OWASP BLT?
So yeah, for the based on the roadmap which I just shared, the buck coin will say take some time. It's a long shot. Apart from that, payments would be one of the major thing, and analytics around security of any website, as I mentioned. Around that, tracking feature, all of these segments would be our next priority. Apart from this, all the existing improvements and the issues which we have logged on GitHub, that's what we're taking care of at the moment.
Great, thank you. And also a question from the audience on how can you actually get involved with BLT as a contributor in case you want to participate to the project?
It's very simple. You can hop around to the links which I just shared. If you have any questions around the issues, if you want to more, if you want to know more about the issues, or you want to discuss with us, you can drop by the OWASP Slack. We're available at Project BLT channel. You can drop in your question. We also do we also meet up every weekend on Hangouts. So you can just drop by. You can have a conversation there, and if you need any help, we can help you out from there as well.
Great, thank you. Don't think there's any further questions left from the audience as of now. So I'd like to thank you, Sourav, for presenting the BLT project, which I found really interesting, just to see, the different ways to actually log bugs as well, like comparison to Defect Dojo, and really see that there is those projects thriving as part of the community. So thank you very much for showcasing your project. And as Sourav said, just feel free to get involved in the project if you want. There is a huge Slack community that you can join. There's probably also a channel on the bug logging tool that you can join. And yeah, if you have any further question to Sourav, just feel free to reach out to him, and yeah, get in touch. So thank you for attending, Sourav.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.